If you ever get a chance, go out to the Pacific Northwest, man. You know,
live?
I'm clicking go live.
All right.
if you ever get a chance, go out there and hit some of those beaches up and some of that. Wait, you've been out there. You've been out to Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it out in Washington.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, why is it? Why can they? I don't know why they can see this. Like, I don't know what's going on. When that even is.
I don't know.
It's on a delay.
It's
but
on a delay, so it's playing what we just did.
yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right, whoop whoop, getting ready. Don't sweat it.
Yeah, just making sure that things are working right, man. You know me. I'm a guy who likes structure and things working correctly.
We know.
I know.
What up, Cali Green Too Fresh? Do you know Cali Green Too Fresh?
Cali Green Too Fresh?
I'm asking Carver. He may be familiar.
Did he make a beat? Does he make beats?
No, he works for Carnival Spirits, or worked. I don't know if he still does. One of the guys.
He does some shit. Yeah, is he the one that's doing the project? Is that the thing, the Riddle Box project or whatever?
No.
That's someone else.
That's-
Okay.
Was he in the pod tent?
No, I don't think so.
I'll make some folks.
What's up, DJ Slug? Whoop whoop.
I've never met.
Hey, what
Kelly
up,
Green
DJ
Too
Slug?
Fresh.
No, we haven't met
Thanks
him.
for joining.
DJ Slug, we were reviewing some of those beats, and some of that shit was hot, man. I wouldn't mind doing a whole project.
DJ
of that.
Slug is
Absolutely.
bringing straight hot fire.
Yes, sir. That shit was dope.
All right, y'all ready to go live?
Abso-fucking-lutely, bud.
Hit it, Carve.
Is it the end of the world?
I thought I fixed it. I actually did work on that.
It is the end
Still
of the
did do it.
world.
Still never go to work.
It's also the beginning.
Shit.
The beginning of a brand new, solid, juggalo world for us all to enjoy.
Welcome. This is Deck One Dealt. All right. All right. What are you doing?
C-17, man.
You get out of here.
Throwing up the C-17. for all
Welcome everyone. My name is Kyle, aka Keezy, and this is Deck One Dealt. These are my homeboys and friends.
the- Hey, what up? This is Just Chris or Just Chris. The options are endless.
Cover lawyer.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, we here. We
How
doing
y'all
it.
doing?
We're chilling. That's what we're doing. We're chilling.
Chiselling.
Chilling like villains.
Absolutely. On penicillin.
Yes, sir. So how's everybody doing today?
I'm fucking good, man. I had
Yeah?
to work this morning, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
It's Sunday. We're just chilling, doing the pod like always.
Absolutely not. Is there anything special going on today? Is there anything awesome on the itinerary or anything?
Well, today we are having a really cool. I almost want to say it's like a BLESTeNATION celebration.
Absolutely. Well, I feel really
I like that.
for sure.
Is it a BLESTeNATION?
We're gonna bless the nation.
Celebrate, BLESTeration.
Absolutely.
Celebration.
Celebrate.
So today we're
It's
going
a restoration of a celebration of BLESTeNATION.
Absolutely.
we're going to be talking about MBugout City,
Yeah.
which is
the
a
shit.
it's an album made by a group called BLESTeNATION. They had this album came out on Suburban Noize Records back in 2010.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, was it that? Was it 2010? I
Yeah.
couldn't remember exactly what year, but yeah, man, fire album.
Very
by the
fine
way,
album.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, before we talk about the album, though, we will be talking to one of the creators of BLESTeNATION, members, founders, rappers, cool guy extraordinaire.
Absolutely.
We're gonna be talking to Werdplay from BLESTeNATION. Here he comes, everybody! Welcome, here he is, Wordplay.
What up?
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Absolutely.
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
We're good, man.
Good, brother. We are good, man.
dude, we're good, man.
Yeah,
Dude, we're good.
Absolutely.
We're very happy you could come join us on our Juggalo podcast. We know that you haven't been Wordplay in a long time, so we appreciate you joining us in this BLESTeNATION celebration.
Let me put on my wordplay hat real quick.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's all
sir.
you got to do, man, and
Yeah.
you're there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what's up, man? How you been?
with the
Yep. See, you can still do it, man. You still got it.
Yeah. For sure.
He's still in
Jack Nicholson popping on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hit him with a fuck your face, or whatever.
Ooh.
So
Don't
we
look.
so we're gonna be talking about MBugout City, which is I mean I'll start because I've been doing I didn't know a lot about BLESTeNATION. Like I know Chris was a fan, You know, me and you've hung out a few years ago. And
You knew Ryan as Ryan.
I knew him as Ryan.
Yeah, you didn't know much about BLESTeNATION.
So-
But, it was Chris and I and a couple other people that were really into him.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and you didn't know a lot about him, but like
Right.
you got hip really quick.
So I've been opening my eyes to a lot more music in general. But I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna give BLESTeNATION a shot. I listened to it and it was fucking really dope. I got MBugout City and been bumping the fuck out of it. I mean, for like weeks prior to us doing this, I was like, that album is fucking sweet. We should talk about that album on the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that was my first exposure to BLESTeNATION was this album. So I'm glad it was. I've this past couple weeks I've gone back and listened to some of the other stuff you have on streaming. And I know a lot of that's really old. A lot of the stuff that you added, I've seen a Facebook post, you added it like years ago, but this sounds like it's just so fucking polished, bro. Like, I don't know if this is like the album you always set out to make, but like that's what it feels like to me.
When you listen to stuff that's like on Spotify, like really old, I feel like when I listen, I'm like, wow, I'm like some of the songs, I'm like, I didn't get puberty yet. Tell how high voices. As far as MBugout City, the polished sound definitely comes from like any other band that sounds a certain way before their debut is released and marketed. A budget.
Yeah.
Church. Yeah.
We recorded a lot of older songs in bathrooms.
Yeah.
I know I recorded a couple of songs in his daughter's room before she was born, which, by the way, she is in college now.
Wow.
Bug.
But the actual MBugout City album, we took the budget, and instead of spending it on studio time, Fafu wanted to build a studio.
Yeah.
So we built our own studio, and we recorded it that way. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the album, I mean, I didn't think that album sounds like the production value on that album is so high. Like, I was impressed because I didn't think Suburban Noize had that much fucking money.
Yeah. All right. So the record was released on Suburban Noize.
Yeah.
But here's what went on with Suburban Noize. We were unsigned, and they wanted to sign us. And we were like, at first we were like, yeah, maybe. We didn't know anything about them because we're from New York City.
Yeah.
And like Cottonmouth Kings was like, we knew who they were, but like it's not something like people in Brooklyn are banging, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we were thinking about it, but then we got approached by New America, which was Bass's label, and some other major labels, and then we signed to Get Records.
Yeah.
Once we signed on to Goliath Entertainment, which Paul Rosenberg management company, and we got a major label deal. So the budget behind that record was from Geffen Records, and that's why we had so much money to make it good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We got dropped.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the album you were already making with them.
The album was already done.
Okay, I see. I didn't know that.
With Geffen.
That makes a lot more sense because this does not sound like we've all been listening to Cottonmouth Kings and been familiar with Suburban Noize, since 2001. You know what I mean? Like for a long time.
Yeah.
Like we know the kind of shit they're capable of putting out. The production value on this is higher than anything they've ever done.
Yeah.
Without a
Right.
doubt.
Yeah.
And if the fact that we had Paul as our manager at the time when we got dropped, I think was a big factor in Geffen not shelving the record,
Yeah.
because that's usually what a major does, pay for your entire recording.
Yeah.
They let us have.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Essentially, it's the same.
album.
That's Eminem's manager. Yeah. Eminem, Yellow Wolf, all
Yes.
their manager. Yeah.
We took the album and went back to Suburban Noize, tails tucked in. But
They did. Oh, you said they did what? You said they did what? I'm sorry, it's cutting out a little bit.
They went back to Suburban Noize after they got dropped, I guess. And right? That's what you were saying?
Yeah, I mean, we were out for a record deal, but we had the album.
I see.
Yeah. And they
so
did.
Suburban Noize was like, all right, yeah, we'll put the album out.
Okay. Man, it sucks
But
that
I don't think they were as excited as they were when they first signed us before we got signed.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what all didn't really take very well.
Yeah, man. It's like Suburban Noize. I think that was they were already kind of like declining, unfortunately, at that time. I mean, they were picking up artists and stuff. Like we were kind of paying attention. I know they picked up like Potluck and some other shit like that too.
Those guys are cool as hell too, man.
They seemed cool. I was never into their music, but they seemed like cool guys. But
they're dope.
But like their marketing just must have sucked dick, because there's any person that's listening to Suburban Noize type music should have fucking really loved your album.
They didn't promote us.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, because we've
Not
talked
one
about this on the
time.
show.
Yeah.
It seems like such a fucking easy, like, decision to pop BLESTeNATION into the Juggalo world. They instantly could have got y'all at least on a low key tour, like filling venues, you know what I mean, across the nation, smaller venues, instantly.
Oh, dude,
it's such like a "what are you doing" type thing, and that
good-
was this was during the peak.
I know.
Because I know I was loving Bleste while like all my friends was listening, you know, to because really I found out about Bleste through Cage. I got Cage, and then through Cage I started finding out about these other underground New York rappers like Sean Price and fucking Camu Tao, and then I found out about Bleste. And
we got into Bleste for the hip hop aspect.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it,
for
you
sure,
know, not
sure.
so much the the counterculture Juggalo thing, but just straight up hip hop. And I mean, like nowadays, there's a lot more of that accepted in the Juggalo world. There's a lot of hip hop, true hip hop acts, and like we got R.A. the Rugged Man that come out to the gathering and things like that.
Yeah.
Like that album that you released, on Sub Noize would fit so perfect like nowadays.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
if it got promoted and like you guys were in your prime at that time and were able to hit the stage, I mean they would eat it up nowadays. And again, I'm going back to when we first started listening to you and how you guys even promoted online. It was ahead of its time, in my opinion. The way
I think we started to slack off on the promoting ourselves when we thought that people that were going to do it for us.
No, 100%. Like, well, I
But
mean,
you were
think
doing
that
like-
when
you were
join
doing-
a label. I mean, I would think anyone who signs a label, you think, okay, yo, I'm the artist, so I'm gonna bring you the art. I'm gonna perform the art. You guys are responsible for sharing this art out. And ICP, has even Jay even said in his book that when you're in the label, you realize that is not the reality. All it is they want the money you were making without them. They want that money. They don't give a fuck about giving you more money or making more money. They just want a cut of what you were already making. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's kind of what's fucked up about the biz. But it's like, logically, yeah, you're the artist. You should, I think when you come as an artist and lay that on the table, that's what you should expect. But yeah, it's just so fucking I 100% my whole life have said BLESTeNATION is one of the most underseen and like underappreciated dope ass rap groups that's ever existed. But it's also surprising to me, like when I'm talking to Juggalos, how many people I talk to from like the Deck One era, which is what we call ourselves, old school Juggalos, like who will be like, nah, man, like BLESTeNATION, yeah, I love them, man. What they still make it like, and it's like, nah, and then I get to tell them, nah, shit, I'm friends with Wordplay, you know what I mean? Like, that's the brother, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
a little bit of that rub.
that's the boy, yeah. But, yeah, but
Might I add?
yeah. No, you said where are they at?
As far as I'm concerned, I consider you way more talented than I have ever been in my life. I think you're one of the funniest people I've ever met. Your rhymes are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
I know you remember me telling you, like, dude, you need to be famous. You know what I'm saying?
thank you.
And I wasn't blowing ass, bro.
Yeah.
You are like the most like charismatic, funny, witty, off the cuff dudes I ever met in my life. So,
You're making me blush. No, man, I appreciate you, brother. I really do, man. And that means a shitload because, like I said, like when I was coming out of the Juggalo, and we've talked about this on the show too, when I was coming out of the Juggalo world and getting into hip hop, and like, kind of moving away from Juggalo shit and trying to get in hip hop, the ideology I was adopting was MBugout. You know what I mean? Like that whole MBugout ideology. It fit home
Yeah,
same way.
it was
Share that.
genius.
What is that for the uninitiated?
So the whole MBugout thing was definitely like originated by Ben. That's a word that he would say all the time.
Various.
he said-
various.
okay.
Various. Sorry, you cut out when you said various, but yeah.
Yeah, various. And he would be like, MBugout, you know. We would be like on Mad Drugs, dude, and like, just be on Mad Drugs, be like bugging out. Like, it was like a vibration. The is like the vibration.
Yeah.
As far as like dropping E and acid and all. You know what I'm saying? It would be like this real everything is like vibrating. So it was like bug out. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So we had that going on in our head, like just roaming around idiots in Brooklyn, and we just turned into this thing like bug out. And he had this song that he did on a 4-track called MBugout City, and it was just various on the song, and that's just kind of what jump started the whole entire vibe, was that various song.
Yeah.
And from there, we just kind of like, we were sitting in boy Josh's room in Brooklyn, and I was already rapping with a bunch of dudes in Brooklyn, like, and we had this thing called Nuclear Family, and then I ended up going to like some party in Soho, and I hopped in this rap cipher, and this dude named Various was rapping, and that's how I met him. And he was friends with my rhymed in Nuclear Family.
Yeah.
But like literally the next day, like I called up Various, and like we started hanging out, and like we created BLESTeNATION like a week later with like hanging out for a week, and we were like, yo, we're the two illest that we ever met. Like, we should just make a rap group. And we did that, just a duo, and it started breaking from Nuclear Family and stuff, and it was bugged out.
Yeah.
So that's where MBugout City came from, and then we just kind of like were like having conversations about like what is MBugout, and we were like, yo, MBugout is like this place where like if you're an outcast, people don't understand you, you could come to our city, MBugout City. We'll create this fictitious land.
Yeah.
To like base our music on, and like
so
have
dope.
a place for people to come, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and I think that's why it fit so well as a glove, as a juggalo, because that's exactly what the juggalo world is. So when I was kind of getting into hip hop, I was like, as I mentioned, I'd already been into a little bit of the underground New York rap scene, like the popular underground rap scene. But when I started listening to you guys, first thing I ever heard was fucking Mixtape Volume 3. And from there, I kind of got into your own projects where where Faf would actually do the beats and everything.
And fucking Mixtape 3 was I mean, that was legendary in our circle.
Oh yeah, for sure,
you
bro.
know, that was a legendary album in our circle. It spread pretty far through our friends, and every time we put that shit on, people eyebrows got raised, and people were like, "What the fuck is this? This is dope as shit." So
yeah, and I mean, I always took MBugout as like the MBugout City being just like the Juggalo family, just more into the New York grimy hip hop scene, because MBugout kind of had more of like a blah in your face, like fuck you, kind of like I'm gonna do what I want, like. It was kind of just being reckless and wild, and like
party
fun.
music.
It was
put
like
that shit on. The girls liked it.
Have
the
fun.
dudes liked it.
Let's get live.
Yeah.
It was a wilding out. It was kind of like the best way I can, and it's weird to explain it this way, but it kind of makes sense. It's kind of like to me it was like Juggalo crunk music, like that's
with bar,
as a younger kid, that's how I felt, and I mean that's it always kind of got that label too, didn't it? Where it was arena rap, right?
Yes.
Yeah, arena rap, and I mean I think that's a good label for it, because it's really like you'll hear like really dope ass outrageous bars from Werdplay Then Various comes in and has like just the nuttiest, fucking most unique style you've ever heard. Also a fucking lyrical wordsmith. Then Word always had like really great melodic hooks. Like
Yeah, that
great
was
at,
one
like,
thing I was gonna say, man.
Yeah.
You were a G at hooks, man. It was
Yeah.
it was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, and then you had Faf, who was just like a fucking engineer of all this, of all the instrumentation. Some of the dopest beats I've ever heard in my
Did
life.
he do how much of the live instruments like was Fafu like a part of on?
He most of the time, unless if you actually like read the credits, it'll say it. But if it doesn't have credit as far as what instrument it is, chances are there's live guitar, there's live bass, on there. Fafu was the one who played that stuff. He would be on the key. Like, I mean, there was samples obviously in the beats, but every time Fafu was playing the guitar on a beat or
Man,
something.
He's a monster.
It's genius. Like I mean, the level he's at is like anyone would be lucky to be working with him.
Yeah,
man.
you guys
He's
working
worked
with
with
him.
some top-notch names, man.
He's like Stephen Hawking of music. He can walk and use a computer to talk. You know what I'm saying?
I believe it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
He's crazy. Like that dude's like he's and when you talk to him about stuff, like you can just tell that like you're speaking to somebody who's in the room and smarter than you, and you should probably just like pay attention to what his reply is, because he's just a super knowledgeable dude, man.
Yeah, he's a professor for sure. Definitely Professor Rap. He's got just a rap sheet, like people he's worked with. It's fucking ridiculous.
People he worked with before he even started working with us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, he
was working with Legend when I was watching He-Man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure.
Well, he saw it in you guys.
Yeah, he
man,
did.
Yeah. So we all did too, man. So
yeah, I just think it was just like, fuck, man. You want to talk about dominoes falling the wrong way?
So
you know what I mean?
so that said, like MBugout comes out, no one promotes it. Unfortunately, I don't know if did you ever even tour on that album?
We were on the Strange Noise tour with Cut Calhoun.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
And Big B.
Okay.
Yep.
And who's the guy that looks like Mr. Burns from Cottonmouth Kings?
The guy looks like Mr. Burns. Come on.
You talking about Bobby?
No,
Johnny Richter?
Johnny Richter, yeah.
Johnny Richter. Oh, okay, Johnny Richter.
He does have like a gong schnoz.
Yeah, he
bro.
does. I like that, Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
The coolest. Oh, and Head PE was on the tour.
Oh,
Okay.
Head PE. Okay.
I've seen them. They're cool.
And, yo, they were cool, bro.
Yeah. Like real, like good dudes.
Yeah, like we did. Like, is that the name of the lead singer?
Yeah. I don't know the.
What was his name? Jared, you said?
Jared.
Yeah, I think
Jared.
so.
Yeah, he like called me up on stage. He had me like do a verse playing.
No,
Oh,
sweet.
that's dope.
Yeah, it was in Bakersfield, California.
That's dope.
That's raw.
So
man.
at least you got to tour a little bit on the album. It may not have got great reception, but what happened after that? Like you guys were, even the lyrics in that album, you're like, you ain't ever gonna fucking stop. Here comes BLESTeNATION. Then what?
Well, the reality of it, bro, honestly, is I have a drug problem and an alcohol problem, bro.
Yeah.
And halfway through that tour, I caused a lot of problems with the rest of my group, and I ended up finishing the rest of that tour by myself as BLESTeNATION.
Oh, just doing like wordplay solo.
Holding it down.
I couldn't control myself with my liquor.
Yeah.
Most people do with my liquor.
Mm.
So when I was done with it, I actually ended up checking into a sober living.
Yeah.
And getting my life there slowly, which I'm still working on now,
Yeah.
like over a decade later.
Yeah, that's probably a lifelong journey right there, man.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink and smoke weed or nothing like that now.
No.
Like it's been a long time, but yeah, I hold myself accountable for BLESTeNATION breaking up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that sucks. But at the same time, like, fuck.
At least, you know, but the self-awareness of being able to do that and say that and understand
that's adult shit, bro.
Yeah, man. You've obviously grown. You know, it's been a long time, right?
Yeah, I was a prick, bro.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
You know, I was not a nice person. I thought I was the shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Look,
and the other two guys in BLESTeNATION never carried themselves like that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah, I know for a fact, like, I always wondered about, like, Various, just because, like, Various kind of has, like, also that same kind of bug out, like, you know, like, wilding out party persona, you know, so I always wondered about him, but you can see in Faf. Faf is always, like, kind of like the cool sensei type in the background, so I always figured he'd be, like, real business and, like, cool, calm-headed. But yeah, I always wondered about Various. Like, man, I wonder what he's like in person. You know what I mean?
But Various came across like he was like a real snob when he's rapping, but he's like the kindest person in the world. And he never wanted to ever be in any kind of confrontations and stuff like that with anybody, let alone the guy that was in his group. Yeah. And I was constantly in a confrontation with somebody, no matter what it was. I had a bad attitude. I would just, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if, you know, when it got to the point where I was drinking heavy, it's like I was refusing to leave the city we were in to go to the next city unless we stopped at the liquor store, bro.
Shit.
That's rough, man.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So you're doing better now, though.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, you know, don't want to touch too much. I mean, I'm sure you don't want. I don't want to reveal any information that you don't want to reveal, but I do know you're a proud father. You know what I mean? Like your kids are amazing, and I know you've got that rocking it. And I get to watch you on social media. Like, you're rocking the father role like way more than you even rock the stage as a rapper, man. Like, you kill that.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you're still working in the industry in some capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have plans to do other stuff too. Like I just went for my armed guard license, so I'm probably going to be getting into like becoming a bodyguard for celebrities and entertainers and stuff like that. So I'm always going to like be in the industry somehow. You know, as long as I'm helping facilitate people's joy from live music and performance or entertainment in general, I don't have to actually be the star of the show. Like, to me, honestly, dude, when I work at a concert and I see everything that I do with all my coworkers, when I'm building a stage and setting up like all these great events, like, I think to myself, I'm like, yo, the artists, they're cool, man. You know, they're dope. They're the ones that people are here to see. They're the ones that are like real famous. Yeah. But to me, the real superstars are the riggers that are going up 1,000 feet just to hang up some lights.
Yeah.
So that they look good on. They're risking their life every day, bro.
No.
I got friends of mine that risk their life every day.
Yeah. Well,
so that they can set up a video wall, bro.
Well, I think a lot of people don't think of that aspect. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to think of like, oh, you know, all this stuff it's just brought in on trailers and it's just easily popped up. Like, I don't think people really think of how much construction actually has to go on, and then deconstruction, how much electrician work. And
I mean, y'all are construction workers for the entertainment industry, and that.
Well, not only that, but like
technology.
Yeah, you have to know technology. You have to know how to work like computers. And
you got to know so many more like little
equipment.
Skills.
Yeah.
Yep. It's insane, bro. And they do it in like 2 hours, bro.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah,
crazy.
Absolutely.
Like the whole Taylor Swift thing, that's a different story. And I got friends on that tour right now.
Yeah.
Yo, man, if you notice, Taylor Swift only performs on the weekends.
Yeah.
All right. And the reason being is because that production is so huge that they got to come in and it takes an entire week to put that set up for that Eras tour.
That's crazy.
We're talking about like over 100 semi-trucks worth of things that need to go up, bro.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
So that's why you're not catching Taylor Swift on a Wednesday. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Come in on a Monday, and they're building till Friday night or whenever the show is.
Yeah.
and then it's a go, and then they spend half the week tearing it down, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. Even ICP has like, we always look at extravagant stage sets, but like shit, like compared to some of these like gigantic nationwide tours who have to put up the monitors and speakers and all that nutty shit, that's crazy.
It's a crazy industry, bro. I have so much respect for stagehands, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I would always, but one of my favorite bands, Tool, I'd go to see them, and I would just marvel at their stage setup, and I'd be like, how long does it take to set this shit up, man?
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. So yeah, I mean, and you know, it's an industry I've always thought about. Like, man, it would be really fucking cool to be in this shit. So that's really dope that you're in that, man. And that's actually something that kind of a trade you're picking up. You said you're kind of like, you know, you're brushing every aspect of the of this trade, but man, you know, that's gonna be so many skills in your pocket, you know, that you can take with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's definitely it's a gratifying feeling, bro. Like, I feel really good at the end of it.
I have a question though. I mean, having a job and everything, as a guy with a regular ass job, like and I know as you're a very creative guy. So what is your creative outlet? Like, how are you getting those out of you? You know, is there a way you could do that at work, or are you still writing? Are you still making shit on the side? What are you doing?
Might I add, an extremely creative guy. He had ideas when we were at work constantly to do shit.
That's what I mean. To make an album like this, like, I know you have to be extremely creative. So I know that's in you, and I know
That's why
you're doing
we
a regular
gotta-
job. Like, how do you get it out?
I think that's why we got along so well, is because when me and Ryan hang out together, it's like a fucking whirlpool of ideas, and we just end up like entering this fucking creative cyclone where
it really
before
was.
you know,
What was that boy band we had?
hashtag HVAC.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Justin Silverdick.
And dude, people still talk about that. I still have friends that still talk about that shit.
Yep. AC. I was AC climber, and Atticus climber, climbing in the attics, and
but
you were
yeah, but
Justin
that-
Silverdick, and
That's how Ryan was, man. He would be at work, and he would turn just a fucking normal day into, like, you know, just a creative release.
Well, yeah, you'd be like, you'd
something.
hear, hey, and then you turn around and he would have like a fucking duck hose in front of him, and he'd be like, and then like we'd all bust out laughing, and then and then like I'd take a picture of it, and then like that's where HVAC came from. I took a picture of it and sent it to him. It was a funny fucking picture.
I'll post that on the
And then-
Instagram.
yeah.
I still have that.
Yeah, Justin Silverdick. Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah, so we'll post that on Instagram for everybody. But yeah,
But yeah, so how are you getting that creative release?
Right now, at the moment, honestly, I really don't have one.
yeah,
But my kids are like super talented, and like I'm living vicariously through them. You know what I'm
hell
saying?
yeah, no, 100%.
My son always has like some soccer related stuff on YouTube on, like it's Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, and stuff like that. All these YouTube shorts of them playing soccer.
Yeah.
My daughter has just recently, like I said, started surfing, and she's like really good at it, man. You know, like, so like, you know, instantly I'm watching Caroline Marks surfing on YouTube. And last night we were watching a Laird Hamilton documentary about big wave surfing. So, and you know, I'm watching her practice her pop-ups in the kitchen on a yoga mat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, during COVID, I was painting. And I painted probably like 5 paintings, and
Cool.
I have 3 of them at a friend's house. She's holding on to them for me because she's an artist, and she just knows how to maintain and keep paintings safe. And in my house here with me and my kids and my dog and all that stuff, I just figured I'll just leave it in somebody's closet that knows. I would like to get back to painting. It's just a matter of when I'm gonna do it. I don't think that I don't know if you guys know, but I did record an entire other album under the name Fuck Outta Here.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I did know about that.
I didn't know
it was
that.
fucking amazing.
Now I remember when you were here.
There is no you, only me.
When you were here on your way out, you were talking about recording another album. Is that when you did that?
This is back in 2016.
Yeah, nah.
No, fuck
When
outta
did
here,
I
it's recent.
give you the copy of the newest album I made, Chris?
Shit. You sent it to me. It was real recent. Like, it was pretty like
maybe a
last few
year
years.
ago?
Yeah. I was gonna say like a little over a year. I would think. I would estimate maybe
I
a
mean,
year.
that's not really. It's like kind of like Bleste, but not really. It's more
Yeah.
like a cross between like if you took like Eminem and mixed him with Sean Price and MF Doom.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's-
if there's bars, I'm on board. That's all I need.
The
Yeah.
bars are ridiculous.
That's all
It's
I
like-
need.
I would
it's like
put
real shock rap. It's like listening to Eminem back when he was like trying to get a rise out of you.
Bro.
I 100% think of it as wordplay mixed with MF Doom. I think it really, when I listened to it, I was thinking, oh, yo, this is Word doing his MF Doom shit. He's playing a villain.
Is there a bar better than when I was young I wanted to be a shipbuilder?
Yeah,
Not a
that's
shit
like
builder.
He fucking loves
Oh,
that
that
bar.
bar.
He
I love
fucking
it.
loves that shit. He said, he's like, dude, he's got this fucking bar. When he was first, after he had heard the album the first time, he's like, dude, he's got this fucking bar where he's like, when I'm older, I want to be a shipbuilder. Not a shit builder. I mean ships. You know, what shipbuilder? And I was like, yeah. I said he'll
But
do.
hold up, you know what? You know the history behind that line.
No, please share, please.
No, yeah.
Okay, you ever heard the Sublime Acoustic album?
No.
No.
All right, so you got to get the Sublime Acoustic album, and it's just Brad playing guitar in a bar, the whole album,
Right.
right? And a lot of the parts of it's such a great album because he was so talented,
Yeah.
but it's just him. And so even when and it's just recorded, so it sounds real crappy. You hear everybody in the background having a good time.
Yeah.
Some people are not paying attention to him.
Right.
You know, and so he's got to stop in the middle of a song and be like, this is a good song, by the way. And then he'll keep playing, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Well, one of the interludes where he just, you know, is in between songs, he says, when I was young, I wanted to be a shipbuilder. And everybody starts laughing. He goes, no, not a shipbuilder. Shipbuilder. Someone
so
who built
funny.
ships. So I took that and made it into a rap line to pay homage to Brad Noel from Sublime.
Oh, I love that. That's so dope.
Man. Yeah, that's dope. See, because I told him, I was like, look, like that's the reason his name is Wordplay. I've heard him do that in so many bars.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I love that
one of my
shit.
favorite is when you're doing it's one of your, I think it's an unreleased cut where it's like you're rapping, you know, it's all I forget the name of the song, but it's all like food. Like you're rapping about being a chef, you know, and chef Fouye. Yeah.
What is it?
What is it?
It's called Iron Chef.
Iron
You
Chef,
can
yo.
find it on SoundCloud.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That shit is I mean it's in the folder.
sounds
too.
dope.
And then
But,
that song where he was talking about the presidents going out hunting and shit. I remember that.
Oh, Quail Dan.
Was it
Hunting
Dan-
for Dan Quail?
yeah, man, that shit was hilarious too,
Yeah, yeah.
man. Back in the day.
But the line I was talking.
That, right as soon as that news story came out,
Yeah,
I heard the Quail thing.
yeah.
I immediately made the connection to Dan Quayle. My brain was like, Quail? Quail? Like Dan Quayle? I was like, fuck no. I was like, yo, I'm cut. And then I immediately sat down and started writing that
Made a song about
Yeah,
Dan
man.
Quail shooting Quail and
That's
shooting.
so
and that's what art, you know, that's
But-
a true creative is just as soon as that shit gets in, you get it out.
Yeah.
You actually get it out on the paper and
that's
make
what-
it into a tangible thing.
That's why I asked that question because, like,
Yeah.
you, I know the feeling. You have to get that shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Iron Chef line I was bringing up though was that he said codfish, that ain't what I eat. Thought this dude might have been from Boston. I walked in with a plate of fake IDs and all the audience members was looking for their wallets. This motherfucker said codfish, so that's what I did. Codfish. You know, like codfish. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
Like the wordplay he
that's
came
dope.
with was fucking amazing.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, honestly, man, I really I don't feel any kind of sad or emotional way about it, bro. But like, I haven't really thought like I used to think like that with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I thought about was like everything that went on in front of me, it would play out, and I would think of ways to word things with my experience or what's on TV or anything. Like everything turned into a lyric, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's not like that for me right now, at least.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been, because I have so many other things that I think about.
Yeah.
As far as like paying bills and all that stuff, like just regular normal stuff, bro.
Life
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when I had nothing else to worry about, I guess,
And do,
or
yeah.
even when I did and I should have been, I wasn't. I was thinking about like how to put this 16-bar verse together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Well, bro, I mean, I know it's still in there. If you ever wanted to let it back out, we would, the world would welcome it. Obviously,
He did. I mean, I was gonna say, fuck out of here. That's.
I was gonna say, so when I asked the question, you were getting into talking about how you had some unreleased music. Is that, like, what are we talking about here? Like, is this something you will release or plan on, or is this something we could talk you into?
I mean, I could probably later on in life be talked into releasing music that I record new.
Yeah.
Because like at this point, like knowing like who I want to represent as myself and be a role model to my daughter and my son and to anybody who is like my daughter and my son to other people. Like I really wouldn't want, like, the album that I did is hilarious. It's phenomenal. You guys still there?
Yeah.
we're here.
Absolutely.
Like that Fuck Out of Here album is phenomenal, bro. It really is. And but
I loved it.
The audio that I have of it is not really releasable as far as like getting mixed and mastered correctly, because I recorded it all by myself in a closet on a laptop to outside producer shit. Harry Fraud produced a joint or two. Like his boy produced a bunch of tracks. Fafu produced some stuff, and I put it all together like on a program as an album. But the only version that I have is just, you have to listen to the whole album all the way through. You can't even skip songs. And the laptop I recorded it on is like almost totally dead. So like the version that I have on it, the version that exists.
Don't let it get lost to time, man. You better put it somewhere.
I was gonna say, even if you send it to Keezy, I'm sure he would more than happily break that up into tracks for you.
I could fix that at least.
Sure, at least break it up into tracks.
And coming from some like nerdy hip hop dudes, I love that type of raw shit.
Yeah.
Just so you have it to listen to, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'd love to listen to it, man. Absolutely.
It's really good. It's actually the album's called Anya Taylor-Joy, which is based on like the obsession of the actress, but the whole album is not about the actress. And the album artwork is all connected to movies that she was in, but the album also pays homage to all the hip hop that I grew up on. So Eminem, Slim Shady LP, Wu-Tang, Enter 36 Chambers, like all my skits are like remakes of Gangstar skits, but they're turned into like these weird, creepy versions of them from this like masked maniac who really loves hip hop and is obsessed with an actress.
That's dope, man. Oh wait,
and all those aspects is like something that you did carry through a lot of your catalog is the maniac, the obsession, the crazy bars, the obsession with hip hop, but also and it was always a fascinating mixture of things that created the character of Wordplay that I really loved. So.
Even during the Ryontology era, I even remember during that era you had the whole Miley thing.
Yeah. I was all up on that. I always tell people, man, I was up on that Miley Cyrus way before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My album and didn't know it, bro.
Right?
Hey, is there anywhere?
Candy.
Is there anywhere we? Is there anywhere we can listen to Ryontology? I was doing some googling. I cannot find that.
I'll try to find it for you for sure.
Brett,
Sure.
I would think
Buddy.
the homie Brett. Yeah, there's a homie Brett out there. He's the fucking man, and I almost guarantee he's got it.
Okay, yeah, they were talking about that. I was looking for it because I was trying to do a little bit of research, man. BLESTeNATION's hard to Google.
Brett directed our first video.
Oh, no shit! I didn't know that.
What video was that? Because I know you got a Ryontology video, don't you?
He said what video
It's
was.
Big Will.
The Countdown.
The countdown.
Oh, the countdown. Because I remember Big Will. That was a video, right?
Yeah. Big Will was that was off Ryontology's solo album.
Yeah. That was fun to make. I was homeless when we made that.
No shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and that was
couldn't tell.
great,
Yeah, I was
great
gonna say,
fucking song. And I remember there was a little bit of press for that. I don't know where. I don't even think I was talking to you much at that point, but I remember being on YouTube and seeing that. So I don't
like
know how
ads
it.
or something?
Like
an ad or something.
Yeah, like either an ad for it or a video. When the video dropped, it was in the feed back then. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Okay.
That was a cool album, man.
Yeah,
you know, it was an attempt to make something of my own.
Yeah.
I think BLESTeNATION was a lot more of a project that would have really went somewhere, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Group definitely was, you know, it's an unfortunate situation what happened, but you know, everybody's doing good. You know, I know Various, he's in the staging business as well, but he's like a top dog.
Oh, cool.
Good shit.
Yeah, he runs a company out in New York. So he's been doing the staging thing for a long time.
I say he's still making music. I seen he just dropped something last year, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't check that out yet, but
Fafu's doing tons of stuff. I mean, I know Fafu is constantly working on great music.
okay.
Yeah, he's a wizard. He's always doing some shit in the background.
Well, man, like I said, we would welcome anything new, obviously. No pressure, but, you know, I get it. As a dad, I know how much time it takes. So I completely get that, man. But, you know, if you ever wanted to release anything else you had, you know, we would be happy to help get it out there. If you ever wanted to have people listen to it, man.
Here's a hot take, man. Wordplay in Sly album would be fucking,
even a song. I'd take
would
it.
be insane.
we were already talking about it when he was down, and, but yeah.
Give me a hot 16 on a Sly song, man. Come on, that's the least you could do.
Oh man,
I'll make a whole album with him, bro.
Fuck yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
100%. I would love.
That's
to do
what I'm
some shit
talking
with
about.
it.
you guys could do it. You guys wouldn't even have to leave where you're at. You could do it over the over
of the internet, man.
yeah. I mean,
we are in the process. I mean, I don't want to give too many tidbits away to the back.
You're talking.
Yeah. Well, speculations.
Okay.
But speculations. Maybe we're building some areas down here to record some music. You know, speculations.
So yeah, man, we look forward to anything you want to put out or if in the future put out or everything you do. But we're gonna let you go, man. We've been holding you up for like over an hour.
Saying,
So-
we got to review the album.
yeah. I was gonna say one thing. The short time you were here, man, it was very memorable, and I felt like I got to know a little bit about. Yeah, we had a couple solo just you and I conversations together, and. Yeah, it was a memorable time, man. So, and like I said, dude, you know, thanks for helping me work on my house, and that shit was awesome, dude. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, I'll let you know, man. Like, I cherish every single day. I get reminded of how much you guys have helped me in my life, and you know, Chris, you're my brother, bro. Like, and Carver, you know, like we had such good times, man. Keezy. We didn't hang out too much, but you were awesome. I'm coming over your house for that party, you know, and I got real tipsy on the mic, and
that was fun.
We had
that was
fun,
fun
yeah.
though. That was some hot takes that night, but it was great, dude.
yeah, bro. Like Chris, yo, you know, you one of the dudes where if I had to put a list down of people that like literally saved my life, like you one of them, bro.
Yo, I love you, man. You're my brother, man.
that's so
And like,
cool, man.
like I always tell people, like in the Juggalo world. Oh, my bad. I was just gonna say, in the Juggalo world, people can kind of relate to this metaphor, but like, imagine if you was like on Instagram or something, and you're looking at Violent J, you know, one of your idols, one of the people that like you modeled, and you know, you had to help. You know, you saw that he was just like kind of in some shit. You're gonna help him out. You know what I mean? So that was just like one of my dreams, is having like one of, you know, like being able to hang out with you and all that shit. Like, it was one of the 100%.
You idolized Wordplay. I remember.
100%.
I remember when you first started listening to him, your whole rap style changed, man.
Yeah,
and
well,
like,
that was when
yeah.
Sly became more like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that was where it started becoming more like, you know, Tommy, like, but I use that shit 100%. But I love that time, man. It was one of the best moments of my life, like being able to, you know, have that friendship with you and like that good time. But 100%, we can still record some music. Let's do that shit.
We'll figure it out.
I know this sick ass. We know a DJ named DJ Slug, so we'll get DJ Slug to make a beat. And we'll get a Wordplay and a Sly feature on that.
That'd
shit.
be dope, man.
Shit, man.
All right, bro. Anything else you want to say or promote or anything before we go, man?
Nothing to promote, man. Just want to thank you guys for having me on. And, you know, that's about it, bro. Fucking support good music. Yeah. If you make music, keep making music because you like it. Don't ever try to do any kind of art that you do for money. And if you start making money at it, don't lose sight of the fact that you like making it, because that's what fucks everything up, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Great advice. Great advice. All right, thanks, Wordplay. We'll see you hopefully again sometime, man.
Yeah, brother for life.
No problem, man. You guys take care. Love you guys.
All right, see you, bro. Love you too.
Peace.
One love.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Yes, sir.
Bruh.
The man.
So cool. So cool.
Absolutely, man. I was glad to have him on.
Like I said, man, that book idea, he definitely needs to write a book, man. And like, you know, the music industry will be the backdrop, but it'll be the shit he's done and been through. I mean, you think about it, dude. He came out here and lived out here for what, 6 months, doing something he's never done before. Didn't even have a concept of really coming out to Columbus, Ohio, and you know, working HVAC with us and shit. And he did it. He tried it. So think about all those little experiences he's had like that, because that's the kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
Where he will just go out and do something and try it, see what it is.
No, 100%.
So he's got to have so many experiences that like just the average person doesn't have.
He's a creator. Oh, dude, he's got stories for days. Like he hadn't even like touched on the crazy stories. Like he's told. Even like he just gave us a peppering, even, you know what I mean? Like he had that wild ass story about how he was on tour, smoking or chilling out back of the venue, and some people were like fucking around and like throwing bottle or some shit, and then Wu-Tang's whole crew came out, basically took his back. Like that's crazy ass.
Man,
shit.
I want to hear that all his solo shit. I don't have none of that.
I will get Ryan.
I wish talk to him.
Get that.
Talk to him too and see if there's some way he'd be willing to like put it out. You know,
I didn't know he had a new album or
that's
like
amazing.
a newer
fuck
album.
out. Oh, you mean the fuck out of here?
I want to hear. I want both of them, but I want to
get everything.
I want to figure out what he wants to do with either of them, man. Because if he doesn't have access, I don't know if he has access to the BLESTeNATION like streaming shit. You know what I mean? Like it should be on there, but if not,
I think somebody definitely is controlling it on streaming. But I would assume it's Fafu.
Yeah.
I would assume, and that's kind of like. But anyway,
I got you.
Other than that,
but
dude,
yeah, I would love to see Ryan-tology just on fucking Spotify.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know.
But I didn't even get to talk to him about the artwork for the. I mean, the
Oh,
artwork
yeah,
for
fuck,
that
you wanted to talk
cover
He's
artwork
a
for
friend.
Ryan-tology is amazing.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, really? I never
Miley
saw
Cyrus,
that.
It's Miley Cyrus ripped up. That's what he was talking about.
I never saw that. Yeah.
She's on the cover of his album. It's a cartoon version of Miley Cyrus with her
Dude,
chest ripped
it's
open.
fucking amazing.
And then it's
I
like
can do it.
candy and shit like that. Yeah, if you Ryan-tology.
But on just aside from that, I mean,
like a cart-
as far as bars, bro, Wordplay is one of the fucking dopest rappers I've ever heard. I literally will say that, like one of the dopest rappers I've ever heard.
I would agree, man. It's so creative, and like he'll rhyme in the middle of a bar, and like it'll shock you. You'll be like, oh shit, that's where.
Not only just his bars, his characterization, his voice, his pronunciation, his the effort he puts into it. You know, it's
there
so
it is,
amazing.
right there. Yeah. See, she's like ripped open.
Yeah.
And then she's got like pills.
That's
and
tight.
I remember seeing that,
springs and
going, man,
things
that
like
is
that.
fucking nuts. To just the detail and all the shit that you have. In
That
that
is so
album.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, you know, he's always kind of had like one like celebrity kind of chick. That's always kind of been
And that
like
was
part
his
of
idea. That was probably his.
brand.
He probably didn't do the artwork there, but he had that idea, and he sat with the artist and was like, "I want this, and like that's how he is. Like he is a very punctual idea person. When he comes up with an idea, it's like fleshed out immediately, and he knows exactly what he wants it to be.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And as far as this album, like, you know, anybody listening to this right now, this album just goes fucking
Yeah, if you
hard.
haven't heard it, this shit is clean.
Yeah.
This is where right here actually. Yeah.
There's a big rock, there's a big rock influence in this album, as was most of BLESTeNATION stuff. But don't let that fool you, because the fucking hip hop, the bars are there.
No, it's I look at there's a lot of groups that are kind of like in the new metal era, which is rock with hip hop influence.
Yeah.
This, on the other hand, I look at as 100% real New York hip hop, but with a rock influence.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's just because their choruses especially have like kind of a heavy arena feel.
And they
like,
did it right. Like, you know, there's definitely been New York hip hop that tried to do rock sounding things and just
I mean, fucking Beastie Boys. You know,
Yeah,
Beastie Boys,
and they did it
goat,
great.
I mean, some of the goats, yeah.
yeah, they did it great, but this was like more of it was a little more edgier. You
No,
know?
100%, I agree.
Way more edgier.
Well, that it had
And
the,
way more bars.
It had
I mean,
the
let's be honest.
MBugout. It had the that MBugout influence where it was it's grimy, but it's very explosive and like
Yeah.
energetic and
They had a video for this song. I forgot.
yeah. There was about I think 3 or 4 songs off this album they got videos for.
Yeah.
There's the one they did with Lonnie. That
He's
was
to the dump truck.
yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
You
even-
guys dumb fuck with dump truck. I mean, come on.
Right.
I
exactly.
didn't
Can't go
even
wrong.
get to talk to him about how I thought how ahead of their time they were when they were doing things, even back in the fucking mixtape days.
Oh yeah.
How the videos they were putting out, the shit that they were doing online was so. I mean, it felt like when music changed and went to everybody was promoting online. It wasn't new to me because BLESTeNATION was doing it.
Yeah.
When we in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, I mean, because that's what I loved about fucking mixtape 3. Like they had the mixtape, but unlike every other mixtape, Faf actually mixed up rock songs.
Yeah.
So they're rapping along to rock, and man, it's such a great
So
fucking
dope.
mixtape.
Dude,
fucking mixtape 4 is the same way. Now the first 2 mixtapes was like hip hop mixtapes,
Yeah.
and then 3 and 4 had mostly had a real heavy like rock influence and covers. But man, those 2 blew me away when I first heard them.
It's tight. I want to show that.
Yeah, this is a dope video, by the way.
Yeah.
Ryan's looking fucking cut like a motherfucker in this. I might add.
Gotta love the pie on the mind. Well, see, the pie on the mind thing, like, at first that's what I used to think, but really it's got super deep meaning because pie
Of
is
course it
infinite.
does.
Yeah,
Of course
pie-
it does. And everything he does has some deep infinite
Well,
meaning.
no,
By the way, this is some decent
I just
quality.
thought, I just
Dude, the
thought
video
it was
is
like
dope.
funny.
This
like,
is some
oh, I got
great
pie on the
quality.
mind, but it's because pie is infinite. You
Yeah,
know,
I
so the
gotcha.
brain is infinite.
I feel that.
And this was the whole idea of BLESTeNATION. It was like
There's party music.
You know, it was party. It was moshing. It was rugged. It was hard.
I was reading one of the interviews, which I read a few interviews of they did with like random websites or whatever. But one of them they described their music as drug music.
What?
I was like, what? Why?
Not at all. Yeah. Like I don't look at that.
not as what they say drug music is nowadays.
Yeah.
but-
I mean, but at the
Maybe
same
back
time, like
then.
But also in those interviews, every interview, Wordplay's being like the straight man, and Various is saying like off the wall weird shit on every response.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like if you go read the interview with him.
Yeah.
I feel like Various though would have been like the more like fuck the interviews. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, he treated it like a joke on every one of the interviews. Like,
Right.
He just gave him like dumb answers and shit.
He
and
was
Wordplay actually answered him.
Yeah.
Wordplay was trying to probably be the business, and then like
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
being like the hard New York,
Yeah.
fucking, like
Various is probably like the the artist that's like
I
you
think
know,
all good-
everything's ironic and
I think
stupid.
all good
yeah.
teams kind of have that dynamic though, where one is
Yeah.
kind of more like blah,
A little more
And,
out there.
Don't get me wrong, like at the same time that can flip because Wordplay is a fucking wild as fuck too.
Yeah.
When he needs to be, but yeah, like that's definitely the dichotomy. They're two different souls who, when you put them together, are stronger than their original songs.
this
Yeah.
song reminded me of like a Mars song.
Yeah, people,
kinda,
people
yeah.
need to get hip to BLESTeNATION, man. It really like you saw it from the man himself. He's not in it like that anymore, but man, their catalog is fucking dope, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely dope.
For sure. They've got shit. I'd say if you need to hit us up, because I'm sure I can get like the mixtapes for you and shit. We'll get them to you somehow. Even if we got to upload them to our site and
Yeah.
somehow.
These
I'm
guys-
sure we got the okay on the mixtapes.
Yeah,
But
these guys were on the cuff to being there. I mean, like breaking through that fucking that layer to being, to being pretty fucking big. I would.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, I remember when we first started hearing them, I was like, these guys are going to be huge because their music was so good.
Yeah.
But it just things fall the way they fall. But I mean, we're talking about them because they are so fucking good. There's just no other way to.
Yeah,
explain it.
it's definitely an album I'm passionate about. It makes sense for the Juggalo world because a lot of Juggalos, like I said, actually know this shit and love it. If you don't know this shit, like, yo, you're sleeping. I'm telling you, you're gonna like this shit. This shit is just, it's a fucking amazing album. I think all their works are amazing. And that's not just the jocking part of me, who definitely still jocks. Like, I love BLESTeNATION, and I'm a friend with Wordplay. I got nothing but respect for him as a human being as well. But yeah, like, if you haven't heard this shit, get on Spotify or whatever and listen to the shit they have on streaming. We're gonna figure out some way to get the fucking. We'll discuss that team and have Keezy, the tech genius, get it out to you somehow. I'm sure we'll figure it out. But I know he would give the okay for the mixtapes, you know what I mean? Because they're mixtapes.
Yeah. This song's called 730 Strong.
Yeah.
I was trying to get it usually says the name of the song up there. I was trying to fix it, but I'm going to fuck up the stream by doing it if I keep. Anyways, 730 Strong. This song might be one of my least favorite songs on here, which is unfortunate because it's right off, like, second song. I don't mind this song, but.
I really
It's not a bad song, but
I really
feel
like
you.
the build up in the verses.
Yeah.
Like when the guitar starts hitting and it's like the verses just build up and they progress into the hook. I think it's a great setup, but I guess I could understand why you think that it's not your favorite song.
This reminds me of
I
like
love
some
this
POD
part.
shit.
Yeah.
You got stuff wrong. I like this part.
No, they knew how to be hype, man.
Yeah,
They just knew how to be hype and fit right into that.
No, I feel you. Like, there's this one, and then I think it's the second to the last track. There's like two tracks that definitely are good, but they don't stand out as much as the other ones. And I agree. That I'd say this is not one of the standouts, but this is still a dope track for sure.
Yeah, I don't skip it at all.
No,
Honestly,
nothing is skippable. in
there's
this
not.
album.
This is really a truly unskippable album.
Yeah, I
every
agree.
single
every
song.
album, every song.
There's no
bangs.
skits to skip through. It's nothing. It's no bullshit.
It's one of those needle drop albums, like where you drop the needle on any part of the record
Yeah.
and you could just listen from there.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what this album is.
without a doubt.
but I do know what you're saying. Like, with it not being one of the standouts.
Yeah,
Now this one, I fucking love Beat 'Em Up.
beat him up.
Yeah, Beat 'Em Up's funny.
I remember
I like it.
when he was here. This is the song he had me play. Like I was like, "What song should I play to close out the show?"
Yeah.
This is the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat him up rules.
Oh, this was the song that you closed out your Kesey show with? Oh,
Man,
okay.
I was listening. I went back and listened to that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very like dismissive of him. And, like, just,
yeah.
I mean, I was an asshole, more of
Well-
an asshole back then. But
Yeah.
Well, it's just you didn't know.
But,
like,
but we
you know
were
what I
both
mean?
like drinking and shit, anyways.
Yeah.
Too, so
Yeah, Callie Green said he has the Ryan's-ology album. So there you go.
So
Yeah,
it's out
You
there.
were a hard-headed asshole too, back.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
you can't.
I was like, oh fucking, who are? I didn't even know. I swear to God, I did not know his rap name was Wordplay the entire time he was here.
Really?
I swear.
Dude, yeah, I'm telling you, like, it's just one of those things you gotta know who he is. You know what I mean? Like,
No, like we had hung
Well,
out
see-
like 2 or 3 times prior to that, so like, we were cool and shit. But it got pretty weird that night.
because anyone who knew who he was, that's what was crazy. Is like when he first came out, because he stayed with me for just a little bit, and like we were roommates for a while, and like when he came out, I remember telling Derek, it was like from BLESTeNATION Wordplay, and I was like, yes, Wordplay from BLESTeNATION. He's like
Wordplay's
the
at my
rap
house.
group. He's like the rap group BLESTeNATION. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. And then like every person I'd tell, like Dizzy Dan was the same way, Nate was the same way. Like Wordplay from BLESTeNATION.
Yeah,
You're
because-
friends with him,
because
and it's like,
let's-
yeah, bro, he's fucking sick.
Because
I
let's
can't
go
believe,
back
like-
for
And
a
he
second.
worked with us, too.
When you first started listening to BLESTeNATION, the people that really took off with you when you started listening to them was me,
Yeah.
Dan, Nate, Robbie. Remember Robbie?
Robbie, Robbie too, yeah.
There was a select group that really fucking loved BLESTeNATION.
Yeah, very tight group for sure,
Yeah.
100%.
So
it wasn't everybody that was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, yeah, this is my shit, yeah.
Well, a lot. Even remember Phil, our buddy Phil Walker, even loved him.
Phil, yeah,
Yeah.
Rocker
Shout
Phil.
out Phil. He listens.
Yeah.
Phil's the
sometimes.
fucking man, dude. Phil's the fucking man. I love Phil. He's the shit.
Yeah. So there was a tight group of people that really loved BLESTeNATION, and we thought they were like we thought they were the biggest fucking thing.
Why
dude.
didn't you guys like push them on me more? Like I literally
we
never
tried.
listened
I
to
think
them.
we tried.
No, we did 100% play. But to be fair, like I'm not shitting on you or nothing. But at that time, you were a fucking jugga lugga low done.
Yeah.
Like The only thing you listen to is Juggalo shit. I literally could be like this. I have found the dopest shit in the world. And, like, I feel like I'd show it to you and you would go, like, and then, like, you'd look to your left and there'd be, like, a floating Violent J head and he'd be like, nah, we ain't never been down with them motherfuckers. And then you'd be like, no, I'm good. Floating Violent J. You like, Keezy had a floating Violent J and Shaggy head like, we never listen to them motherfuckers.
You were really into.
You were a Juggalo.
Yeah, I know. No,
you
you're not
were
lying.
down motherfucking Juggalo.
Well, not even that. Not even just Juggalo shit. Most of the other music you were into was like popular music. I mean, you didn't care about underground music, dude.
Yeah, I never listened to like any
Yeah.
other rap really at all.
Yeah, other than
I
like,
literally just remember you being a Juggalo at that time. Like, you
Yeah.
were a hardcore fucking Juggalo. That's what you listened to.
Yeah.
you were a hardcore.
You did get into other shit. I think really through Robbie and
What year is this?
Iconoclash.
What year were
This
you
was a
guys
Brit
listening to
back.
Bless the Nation?
We started listening to like 221, 201, 02,
2001?
03.
Yeah, it was pretty early in the
So,
2000s.
yeah, I was-
Dude, it was like the
2003.
first 3 years of the millennium.
2000.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't listening to anything except ICP at that point.
Yeah, it was pretty early. It was
But I-
definitely in the early 2000s.
But I
And
remember you taking on to some of the shit you heard from us, like Atmosphere, trying to find a balance.
Yeah, I
remember
did
you.
like
I remember you
Atmosphere.
liking
Yeah.
that song.
I listened to a lot of K, but it was just like, and also at that time when I was listening to Bleste, I was also kind of getting out. This was also during the era when I wasn't hanging out with you guys as much. We were beefing kind of low key at this point, probably. Well, no, this was after that point. Our beef
Yeah.
was like 2005, I think, is when we started
Yeah.
our high school rap beef.
Yeah, yeah.
Our young adult rap beef or whatever. But yeah, like this was like all I listened to for probably a good year and a half period.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Bleste
This was
was the
all I
shit,
listened
man.
to, man. But see, at the
Was
time
was
when
this
I found
was
them-
this an album you looked forward to then? Like, were you excited when they joined Sub Noize and like?
No, see, that's what's funny.
I didn't even know.
That's
Yeah?
what's funny. Yeah, I didn't know. I discovered them through Fucka Mixtape 3, which they had on their website, BLESTeNATION.com. And then I found out a way somebody knew how you could rip it offline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I ripped that album. I got somebody to rip it using the code or whatever, and I ripped it, and then I had a CD, and I would listen to that motherfucker on crazy repeat. Fam 4 came out, and they released like a video on YouTube, and then I used YouTube to video or to music to MP3.
Okay.
And I got all of those that way.
Okay.
So that's how I got Fam 3 and Fam 4 is literally ripping them illegally off the internet like a true MBugout citizen. You know what I'm
Dope.
saying? Ripped it like a motherfucking free.
Man,
Sorry,
like-
wordplay. I wasn't putting no money in your pocket.
I'll say this, too,
I
like-
mean, it was a mixtape though. They weren't making money anyway.
I'm
Yeah.
glad he explained the MBugout City thing because they go so hard on the whole MBC. Like,
Yeah.
almost every other bar is like MBC, bug out.
I got that concept immediately.
Yeah, yeah.
As soon as I heard Blessed Nation, they talked about that. I completely got that
Yeah, it's the
concept.
same- it's
and
the
I-
same
and I
thing
thought
as,
it was so dope.
Like,
Yeah,
this
same thing
album
as, like,
doesn't really
Juggalos.
like this album. They don't do much for like explaining that concept at all. To be honest,
I mean, but you got to think this was a very late in their career album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this, it would be
but
like,
this is most people's introduction to BLESTeNATION, probably.
right. But think ICP probably doesn't have a lot. Doesn't I mean? I know they did What Is a Juggalo and Great Malenko, but they probably haven't explained Juggalo much or any of that. They just use it. Like you figure it out while you're in the culture. Once
Yeah,
you
I get it.
establish that lore, you're pretty good.
I got
And I
you.
mean, kind of like Carver said, like. It's established pretty quickly.
Oh, this part
you
rules.
get in Bug Out's just about freedom and like wiling out, having fun.
I mean, it's exactly like the Juggalo shit. Here's a spot to come to when you're an outcast.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for
Fucking
sure.
amazing.
When this beat like starts going hard and Various is just going the fuck off on this song.
Yeah, this is the
This
shit.
is Witness. There's Ryan on the hook.
Yeah, and they're and like I said, man.
Look,
Ryan
it sounds
is-
like an orchestra and shit on this song.
Yeah, they do. They have like full fucking orchestras and shit.
Dude, the production on this album is fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't get better.
Yeah, like I remember after Fam 3 and Fam 4, I bumped that for a while, and then like I had stopped hearing about them, and then randomly one day I found the CD. I was cleaning out my car, and I found the CD, and I was like, oh shit, I wonder what these dudes are up to. So I looked them up on social and shit. I found Various and added him, and I found Wordplay and added him, and I hit up Wordplay one day randomly and was like, "Hey man, I was a fan of yours. I was wondering, is there anywhere I can buy your music? Because I can't find anywhere to buy it." And that was a true question. And he was like, "I'll tell you what, man. What's your address? I'll send you my music."
Oh,
and I was
that's cool.
like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I gave him my address. He sent me literally his whole catalog, everything he'd ever done, which I thought was amazing.
And I remember that's when I got like everything from you.
Yeah. And then I started. Yeah, that's when I really dove in and I really became a fan. Then I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" And it blew me away.
You were burning shit for everybody. Like
Yeah.
anybody who would take it, you would give them to it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I
you were
loaded it.
really promoting them motherfuckers. You loved it.
At that point, it was 100%. Like that was when they became like at that time, like basically my favorite rap group of the moment. You know what I mean? Like, and then I started
mine too,
investigating.
dude. I was really fucking into him as well.
No, I agree, 100%. You're 100%. Yeah, you and Nate were the two I remember. Me personally in my life, like really vibing and really loving.
And I ain't gonna lie, it helped elevate my rap ability. Listening to BLESTeNATION.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Various is a king of styles, and
they both have such unique styles.
Yeah.
Like it's so weird. Like even when you listen to, I mean, how many rappers have you heard in your life? A billion.
Thousands.
And like
Yeah.
you still find something that's like that is unique as fuck.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
both of these guys have that, which
Yeah.
is that's what makes them stand out to me. You know.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Even
Can't
especially-
even
yeah.
remember what.
Listen to Various on the shit.
Yeah, Various is so
Precise.
No, he's so smooth, but like man, such a unique voice. What were you saying that he makes some words that are only one syllable, two syllables?
He says tail and he'd be like tail.
Yeah, yeah.
Tail
for sure.
and tail.
Yeah, he does that shit, but it's great.
He's like, I want fail and tail. And
Yeah.
well, I like it. I think it's so dope.
It's funk. He puts funk into his shit, man.
That's
It's
why
great.
I think their names fit too, because Various has various styles and Wordplay is a king of wordplay. You know what I mean?
Bro, and all of these songs are like, I mean, not to keep bringing it back. I know we're a Juggalo podcast, so it makes sense, but not to keep bringing it back to Juggalo shit, but like all of this shit like fits like Juggalo shit. Like each song is about something different, like has a hook and a story on some of these songs. Like, why didn't this click with Juggalo?
Oh yeah, I think this is a video, right?
Yeah, I think he has a video for this.
Yeah, a really dope.
I can't
one.
show it
Like,
because I think I accidentally froze up OBS and I'm scared to touch it because it'll mess up the stream. So I'll wait so I don't have to clip it and shit. Sorry guys, no more
Oh,
videos.
it's fine. I know it sucks we can't show videos, man.
I am. I love this part.
Yeah.
And then I am.
Yeah, I bleeding, coding, running, beating, boating, bunny. Yeah, that his verse was fire.
Oh
on
yeah,
this.
it rules.
Talking about going to the bar and getting in a fight and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
the way he explains it. Yeah, he's a great storyteller while throwing bars in there and being like, you know, just rapping. You know what I mean? Hating, baiting, whatever. You know, and telling a story at the same time. It's very hard to do that shit.
Absolutely.
And he's got a good voice. You know, he can carry a melody, man.
Yeah, that's where he was real good. Like, because if you listen, almost, I'd say 95% of the hooks, if not closer to 100 of the hooks, percent of the hooks are written by Wordplay. You know what I mean?
No, he's a hook beast.
Yeah, he's the guy who really. Now, Various is a fucking monstrous like barologist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, like Wordplay was usually the creative force behind the hooks. And yeah, he's got like a real good gift to like getting that, you know, number 6. I think this is your coming up. Never see them crack. I think this is your shit.
Dude, like, there's like, I know I told you the other day, I was like, man, the first half of this album's not that great. The second half rules. Then I was like, oh yeah, the first half has Never See Him Crack. That song rules.
Yeah.
Oh, and it has Blackout. Oh shit, and it has Wit. Oh shit, and it has Beat. Oh shit. Okay, never mind.
Right.
All right. The second half sucks then. Oh, but then it has just one. Oh, never mind. That song rules. Oh, then it has goes. Oh fuck. Like that's
Sally,
literally. I kept doing that. I was
That's
like,
my
oh,
favorite track.
I kept forgetting every song is dope.
Yeah.
And literally, like every single one of these songs would be a good concert song.
Oh yeah, dude. This song is my favorite. I think.
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
is
This is a
fucking
great song.
Well, I just think they do really good with like the production and everything. But
We heard unnerving hellfire roast. Gather your purse, too versatile to verse us. Any person taking it personal, you're facing on personnel. Residents get to work, so evidently work.
He knows how to like be slow. You know.
Yeah. It's like he's like it's like he's a wizard, like
Yeah, man.
casting a spell.
Yeah, he's
That's actually a great
it's
metaphor.
crazy.
That actually is a great metaphor. It feels like you've just wandered
He's
and
like-
all of a sudden like a fucking warlock
And he's
emerged
like-
from the floor and like
His
a
shit-
spectral mist and like I'm coming to disconnect you.
He is
Spinal
playing an
rectum-
instrument.
Yeah, like-
he's playing an instrument.
Yeah.
He's you know he knows.
yeah, plucking strings.
I mean, he's great.
oh, I love this shit.
Yeah, I mean, just
I hope people can still hear us. Shit, here it comes.
Ship builder. Not a ship builder. A ship, you know, a ship builder. Shit building up inside of me while growing older got me feeling like my life is on a tipped kilter. And when I put the pen to paper, then the papers come on stronger than cigarettes with a clipped filter. Feel me? No matter how many times the doors
clip
slam in my
filter.
face.
Feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Slim Fillmore and right words, deep as icebergs. Yeah, the trick, baby. You see it down.
I like this too.
Trick, baby.
Trick babies? That's funny. Rappers are candy coated. What are you trying to trick
He
babies?
said, as far as hip hop, I ain't bought shit lately.
Yeah.
It's so dope. Oh my god, that shit's so dope. I hope people can still hear us because the volume mixer crashed in the middle of that.
Oh man.
Well, if not, Never See Them Crack is the track. Definitely recommend hitting that shit up.
They can still hear us. We're good. We good.
Good shit. Okay. Yeah, we had to make sure that the mixer was still working. Technical
Oh, here it goes.
difficulties.
Listen clear, I'm enlisting ears into the system. Year two, you from the grip of fear.
I just want to like listen to the song.
Yeah. It's a hard one to talk over.
Story strip. When will a story switch? I'm itching toward these skin on skull with stores that holds the wisdom. Whiz kid, dumb sick, drool a little lit, dribble spittle.
Listen to that guitar too.
Yeah, I know, he's fucking shredding. Got that Mike P mentality. You
Dude,
can
if
hear
it-
all the little shit like that.
If Fafu is doing all that, that dude is a fucking genius.
Faf is a. I'm not being sarcastic
really
when I say
is.
Fafu is a fucking genius. 100%.
It's crazy. I'm so happy
He's
that
done shit like top-notch New York cats, like Method Man, like all kinds of Wu-Tang members, Ghostface, Method Man, fucking.
But doesn't he
Pop.
do? He's done shit for commercials and movies. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
He's done like he's done
big
legit
shot,
like
bro.
soundtrack.
They're so lucky they got him.
Oh yeah.
God,
All three of them are venomous. Like
he's so lucky he got hooked up with them too. Don't get me wrong;
Yeah,
it's the both goes both ways. But it was such a great like team.
it's
you know?
serendipity. Yeah.
It's like that.
when
That's Mikey
serendipity-
Clark. You know.
Yeah,
Guys,
and,
this-
and that I compare them kind of. I really do. They have a great comparison to ICP because you have your Mikey Clark, Fafu,
Two guys.
and then you have your Wordplay, Violent J, the kind of person who does the hooks and kind of really has the creative mindset for everything and the projects. And then you have like your hype, kind of crazy oddball personality like Shaggy.
you
and
have
Darius,
you
know
have
what I mean?
your stability there to help to keep everything there.
That too, because Jay's kind of more of the wavier on the kind of like the wilder one, kind of in the same way that Wordplay was the more wilder one. And V-Ray, as he just said in the interview, was V-Ray was more the business mind. I always thought it was the other way around, like we said, but as he said there,
Well,
which I mean makes sense because Various ain't no. I mean Various is a fucking
You're
monster.
just passing through. Oh, this hook rules.
This is a great song. I love this
Eyes
shit.
wide open and watch it. If you're just passing through, keep track of your sleep at
And
all
let's keep in mind. So he said that this album, the budget from this album was
Geffen.
Yeah.
from Geffen, Paul Rosenberg.
Paul
right?
Rosenberg, yeah.
Paul Rosenberg.
Same-
Here he goes.
Same
Listen.
man.
Here he goes.
Just a moment. Hold it, show some discipline. Let that come up with the listening instrument. Cause participants are in a zen zone.
Oh, syllable game is nuts.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah. He's a fucking, he's on like a Tech 9 level
Yeah.
with like structure, like acrobatics.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You were making a point. I'm sorry. I interrupted.
I would say Various, Tech 9, and Pharaoh Munch are like the king Munch are like the kings of fucking lyrical acrobatics. You know what I mean?
Here it goes.
Don't you wonder when you wander through the dungeons and the tunnels what might come up? It's a jungle like the Congo. Shit is wild like Mr. Bone.
Mr. Bone. Yeah. So they got a budget from Geffen. Manager at the time was Paul Rosenberg. And yeah, man. So I can only imagine the budget they got for this. Fafu's like, as being a producer, as being someone who plays music and loves music, you're getting all these ideas. Like, I got this money, man. I could get these guys playing this. I could get this. You're trying to put all this shit together with this money, and I'm sure that's what Fafu was doing with it. He was like, man, let me get these people helping me out.
That's what's crazy.
Together.
I'd say 95% of this album probably is Fafu straight up.
All him.
Yeah, because like you'll hear some stuff where you'll have
what he said.
orchestras. Yeah, you'll have some stuff where you hear orchestras, but no, Fafu's actually doing every instrument, bass, guitars,
That's
laying all this
crazy.
shit. Faf is a fucking monster, bro. Like, because that was like always in the back of my mind. I was like, when I was first talking to Wordplay, I was like, what if Faf produced a beat too? But then I was just like, nah, Faf is like goat level.
Yeah.
But yo, like for Wordplay, like, you know what I mean? That's that benefit Wordplay has. Like they're brothers. You know what I mean? So Wordplay gets that help. But yeah, Faf is making like crazy music for like top notch and shit. He's still definitely in the industry. Oh, but I love this. Liars and biters and squares, oh my. Liars and biters and squares, oh my.
And like I was thinking this, what made them just like throw this in there? You know, like I like this kind of shit, but
they've always done that. They've always been able to take like very memorable things of pop culture and like make it theirs.
Like he said in the interview, whenever he was sitting around, all he was doing, every interaction, every line he was watching, everything he was hearing, he was thinking of a bar with it. That's, I think, the sign of a true lyric. It's kind of like if you're a comedy writer
over
for
your
a
life.
show. Yeah, if you're a comedy writer for a show, you're not a good comedy writer unless you're writing down everything happening to you and making it into the show. That's
you got to
good
find
comedy.
the punchline for everything.
Yeah. If you're a battle rapper, the gift is finding a punchline in the moment.
Yeah.
And like when you're a wordsmith that's coming up with really in-depth, what's the word I'm thinking of? Metaphors and shit like that. Like you've got to write that shit down. Like you've got to constantly be thinking about it.
It's essentially the artist eye view of life. You have to look at when you're an artist, you look at life through the eyes of an artist. You're constantly trying to look at, like if you're a painter, that color scheme is great. That section of trees would be an amazing thing. You're looking at that. If you're a rapper, it's the same way.
Sorry, I just love this hook.
No, that's a good one. I agree. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite songs on the album, I would say.
I love that shit.
No,
That's such a great
this
hook.
is one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah, for sure.
I really
rules.
do love it.
I'm telling y'all, I'm not kidding. Every song is good. There's not a bad one.
It really is dope. They're the most slept on fucking rap group of all time.
If y'all are watching this right now and have not actually listened to this album, please do.
Yes, exactly. Like we're not steering you down a bad road here, bro.
For real.
Like
it's
I know
good.
there might be people who are like, "Yo, this is a Juggalo show. What are we?" This is a Juggalo album, bro.
It
I'm
should
telling
be.
you, this is an album for Juggalos. Like even though they don't say it in here, I'm telling you, like the Juggalo vein. We're old school Juggalos. We know what Juggalos like, and I'm telling you, bro. The fact this wasn't marketed to Juggalos
I know, man.
blows my fucking mind, bro. They could have had a jump off fan base immediately.
Bro, imagine if Wordplay put on some face paint and wrote like a horrorcore album.
It would be nuts.
Don't get me wrong. He 1,000,000,000% could.
What if he
he
did?
does. Have you heard Everybody's Gonna Die on fucking mixtape 3 yet?
No.
Oh, okay. I was
That's
going to
a
say, I'm
great
pretty sure
song.
that's in the folder. We can play that
cool.
even on the show.
Everybody's
On that one, he does horrorcore. Help me, somebody help me. Emergency personal medical. Help, please.
great
My health
shit.
is decreasing. Yeah, like he does some straight up horrorcore. It's like about the apocalypse, basically, malaria killing the world.
Okay.
Like, holy shit,
That shit was always
he
dope.
could do horrorcore.
I really loved his heartfelt stuff.
No, 100%. Ryan-tology had a lot of that
Yeah.
because Ryan-tology was right after his. I'm not going to give no names.
After they broke
that's
up?
his business. But
After they broke-
that was when after his first was born.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had his first kid at that point. So that had that meant a lot to him, and like that piece of him was in that album.
One of-
I mean,
one-
he literally starts off the album, the intro of the album. He dedicated
One of my favorite lines, and it's not even a punchline that he ever spit, was, "I'm looking down at a puddle, all the little simple organisms living simple but in order."
Yeah.
Like that type of shit. Like that, like
Food
just,
for Mosquitoes.
Yeah,
the
Food
remix.
for Mosquitoes, man. That song to me is one of my favorites. And then the other one where they're holding the signs and throwing the signs and it says everything.
Seed of Memory.
Seed of Memory.
Yeah.
Yes. Like that type of shit, I always fell in love with from them.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing,
Yeah.
man. Slow down. Oh, and then like I love this shit because it has Ladytron. Ladytron is the shit. For the longest time, I thought I thought this was a song they did with Pussifer because they did a song with Pussifer.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
I listened to that.
Yeah,
They did
And,
too.
yeah, I always like mixed them up. But
Yeah,
no, this is
keep in
Ladytron,
mind
which
they
is
were in
also-
the fucking studio with Maynard when they did that.
Yeah, exactly. Like fucking of Tool.
He said Maynard asked them to come do that.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
even like hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Maynard invited them to come make songs with him. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
really fucking cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's legendary.
But he probably didn't give a shit about that because I don't think he cares that much about like
No, Ryan knows. Like, I'll also give that to. Well, I'll just use Ryan, whatever.
Yeah.
Ryan talked, but I'll give him that. He knows fucking music across the whole spectrum.
Yeah.
That dude can talk to you about fucking country music
Yeah.
or electronic music. He listens to everything. So I think that's why he has the ability to make such great hooks and shit like that. Because like, he'll tell you straight up like, "Oh, yo, that shit's dope as fuck," and you'll be talking about something like Grimes or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or some shit that you would never think he'd listen to, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's dope as fuck," because
yeah, he had a
dope
good,
is dope. You know,
he
what
had
I
a
mean?
good grasp of music in general.
Using a Juggalo analogy, if you ask Violent J who his favorite artists are, he's going to tell you Michael
I'll be right
Jackson
back.
and Prince. You know what I mean? Like, good music is good music, no matter what you're delivering as an artist.
And I don't care, but I'm tired of all the moaning and bitching and whining. I just came here to pick up what's mine and be on my way. I've got an appointment.
There's a
I've got a job.
video for this song.
Employment.
Or a puppet, a proper born for my enjoyment. To get to my point, I met someone else who's better and better looking, respects me. Someone who's strong and protects me.
There's some in the fridge over there. Shout out Violent J, the country singer. We're reviewing BLESTeNATION, MBugout City. Released in 2010 on Suburban Noize Records. And shout out everybody else in the chat. Callie Green, Nobody Man, DJ Slug, Megs Diamond, I see you. Derek Bruno, if you're still there, thanks.
One of the best wild cards.
What?
Megs, she's one of the best wild
yeah.
cards. Wild cards are the deck one dealt homies, you know. The ones that are just as crucial to the show as the guys you see on the show, but you just don't see them on the show. This is crucial, though.
This song's very chill, but they're rapping on it very tight. I'm gonna skip to the next one.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good song though. I do like it.
Right.
They're coming for you. This is like a horrorcore song.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because he's got like the kind of horror, and you hear the moans in the background, stuff like that.
It's called "They're Coming for You."
Every single one discover the basis. Buckle up, couple up, brace for this. Chuckles are echoing, bouncing. Sunny is racing. Honey, come in. Put your mouth where my money is. The undead are hungry, pouncing. Coming for you, pansies. Plunge deep, bungee, chop, fear, scary. The axe strong, no weed and hoes make.
He's talking about zombies and killing them and shit.
Here's drama. Looney making threats on the phone. It's coming from your home. Funny, hilarious. I'm making prank calls after tapping your mama. Son, I know what you did last summer. Hung in your crib. Cuddled
You like this song?
what's under the
Oh yeah,
bed.
this is
Cool.
just like really sick.
That's cool.
I like that part.
Yeah, I was just saying.
What kind of cars you like, Honda? So, nada.
Nah, baby, I drive a Honda Sonata.
Come drive around the block. I got a
Nada.
kid in bed. I'm a family friend.
Really, I ain't friendly at all.
I got a dirty damn mattress. I knocked the canopy off for the nightstand. is wet, but you can imagine soon. To get rid of that evidence, but you will never give up what a murder weapon is. I go around my shit like Frenzy Brady, not behaving, lots of crazy, not to hating. Thoughts of rage, I'm saying, if I can't make it in this game, I'm not playing. I'm a sore loser, a torn suture, a storm bruiser, scolded burnout with an unsure future. All I know is I ain't flipping no hamburgers. I'm walking around the fucking city picking dog poop up.
Like, he just sounds like he's talking, but it rhymes.
For you, Werdplay.
Again, the same thing Violent J had back in his heyday. A lot of character in his
Yes.
voice.
Yes.
You know.
Song rules.
Yeah, it is.
The city is as crowded as little kitchens. Some of us getting into mischief. The cops ask my name, what the fuck I'm doing.
Is that in your left ear?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
It fucked me up.
Criminal. I love that
Yeah, he's
shit.
like, Al in the criminal.
Yeah, he said, I tell the cop, he's like, cop asked him his name. He says, I'm Al and I'm Crimin. Al. All right, smart ass.
Yeah, that was just a good display of just rapping, man. And
I think that's a good
Creativity,
bug out song.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like a good bug out song.
yeah. It adds to the whole lore of that. Yeah.
If you're walking through in MBugout City, that's the song that's going to start playing when you walk into your first alley.
Which, if you want to see in MBugout City, just look at the artwork and
the artwork
the
on the
insert
cover.
to this album.
Yeah, the artwork to the on the cover is fucking sick as fuck. I should ask
Yeah.
him. We should ask him who designed
Yeah, I
the
wanted to
artwork.
ask, but I forgot.
Yeah, that shit is dope.
Just kind of,
I know.
I had a couple things, but I just let it go. Where
Oh,
it
this
went.
beat is so fucking
Yeah.
nasty.
This
bro.
is.
This is like Fat Fu at like his nasties. Like this beat, I need to go take a shower. That's how fucking nasty this beat is.
Yeah, it is.
Make way.
Yeah. God, like it's taken everything in me not to flip the fucking table.
Run, bitch, run.
Yeah.
Some come get some.
Ukrainian
before-
freestyle walkers. That's
Parkour.
Parkour.
Yeah, that was
Exactly.
before they started calling it parkour,
Yeah.
though. That's how, well, that also tells you how into the culture, pop culture he was, too.
Oh, look at this line right here. Brian's Papador.
Yeah,
That, dude, that line fucking flipped my wig.
Yeah, he had great just punchlines.
Yeah.
Fucking shout out Conan O'Brien. I love it.
Yeah.
Run train like Jesse James. I mean, just simple shit like that, you know?
I one thing I love about BLESTeNATION, and one reason why it's so accessible to me as someone that doesn't listen to like shit tons of rap, I can fucking understand everything they say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even when they're rapping fast and shit.
No.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yeah, they're both lyricists. That's first and foremost, they're lyricists.
Here he goes doing what I said earlier. Hold on. Maybe not. Here it is. Right here. Oh, fuck. It's on this part. Sorry. I keep sales. He goes, tangled in the fingerling.
But just, man, riding that beat, man. Filling the bars.
Oh, there it is. Right there. Listen.
Propelling towards hell, cause of all else failing, you're flailing, caught up in the tailwind.
Oh, flailing, caught up in the tail.
I got caught up in the tailwind.
Yeah, dude. He's
I
so
love
dope.
it, though. I love it.
Down as a greyhound, steps to face that money, lay down,
But
let
that's
the
where,
race
like,
begin.
yeah,
Brace yourself.
that's why I
Back
think
in my
Various
stack,
is such a
ACL,
great name,
after
man.
words of
He's
power,
dope, bro.
faster.
I need to go listen to his album he dropped last year.
Yeah. They've got a great catalog of music. That's also what's great about them is even though they're not making music anymore, they made so much,
Yeah.
especially with their mixtapes. Like while they were around, like you got a big fucking catalog.
Well,
of
their
dope shit.
mixtapes are impossible to find online.
That's true. We'll
The,
have to make that a little more easily
online on like the streaming services. I saw a Facebook post. I think it was from like 2016, 2019, something like that. But
Yeah.
where they said like we're putting all of our old shit on streaming now, and
Yeah.
they put like 6 more albums on there.
Yeah.
I listened to a couple of them. They're dope as fuck. Like
Yeah.
they're very good.
Yeah. Absolutely. But
They're not as highly produced as this,
Yeah.
but it's just dope, like flows, bars on pretty like simple but good beats, you know?
Yeah.
The fuck the mixtapes were pretty decently produced.
I
Or
love
mixed.
fucking mixtapes just because it has that nostalgia element for me.
Oh, I like that
It brings
line.
me back to being a kid.
Oh, dude, they were some of the highlights of my musical memories of the early 2000s.
We need to find where people can download those and like link them because
We can
I
make
had
them
a really
available.
hard time finding them.
We can make them available. I have them in the drive.
I
If you
still
can
have
put them on
burnt
special
CDs.
Peasy or something.
They should be on like archive.org
I've
where it
got-
just keeps shit forever.
I still have burnt copies of those.
Yeah?
That I've kept over the years.
Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. There's got to be some way we can make at least Fam 3 and Fam 4 available for everybody. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
man. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to just put it out, but if they were down with that, I would love to make.
It's a
but-
mixtape. You can put it out. I don't even need to ask his permission.
Yeah.
I guarantee you he would be like, "Fuck yeah, go ahead."
Yeah,
drop
if we
that
could
shit."
put the whole album out, we'll just
Do Fam
put it
3
out
and
through
Fam
our
4.
channel and fucking.
I
you
will.
know,
Just those two. I guarantee. I mean, I'll message him just to get the text
Sure.
okay, but I know him as a person. I know he won't care.
Yeah,
it's a
that'd be
mixtape.
cool.
That's the whole purpose.
Oh.
They don't own those beats. You know.
Well, they don't own the
Oh, I
samples.
love this song so much.
The reason why they
Hold
don't, a lot of that was samples. They don't.
Hold
own.
on. Go back. I want to play this just because this is one of his most juggalo verses.
Oh yeah, it is.
Listen to this right here. This verse.
This verse is
The
nuts.
storyline. This is a juggalo verse. This is some ICP sounding
Yeah.
shit right here. Some J storytelling.
dude. This whole verse from Wordplay.
Sally.
I like that line.
Trying to keep the fog alive.
Now he's talking about Dominique.
Yep.
Like keep acting out the whole thing.
Exactly.
That was some like super detailed,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
like crazy, like horror shit.
yeah. He talks about a baby
Yeah.
flying out the window getting ran over by a
like,
car. It's
head
nuts.
getting ran over by the rear
Yeah.
tire.
legit on like the level of Violent J's like great stories.
That's why I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
that's why I said that's a juggalo verse because
Yeah.
that shit was horrorcore as fuck, bro.
And he didn't even know what kind of audience
Oh,
he
and
could
I love what Faf does right here with that violin.
Oh yeah. I like this line.
Dude, it amazes me that he is such an elitist. Not saying, in my eyes, Wordplay is an elitist New York hip hopper, but like he had no clue what kind of audience he could have got.
Yeah.
That would have been supporting him his entire life.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
You know.
I mean, his greatest project is his kids. He'll tell you that, like, you know what I mean? But 100%, like, I always say that. I wish somebody would have went, you know what? I know who to market you to.
Yeah.
And they would have just said, called up ICP and said, hey, I got this guy.
Well,
I want you to put him in
people would
together.
say the same thing about you, though, bro. Like, I mean, just putting you in front of the right eyes is really all it would take.
Yeah, because Sly has the ability to be even beyond that, I think.
Yeah. Well, hey, if speculations, if there was a studio built,
We're gonna work on that.
if there was a studio built,
We're
like,
gonna work
maybe
on
in
it,
that
dude.
direction.
It's coming. It's
We
coming.
could be, and then I could even have a couple songs with Wordplay himself. That would be amazing. Oh yeah, this shit.
I like this shit.
Listen to that production.
So good.
Fucking amazing.
The build up
Yeah.
on a song about tweakers. You don't need to go this hard, Fat Foo. It was not necessary, bud.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know how to go either. Yeah, that's what's,
The one thing,
they don't go either.
Oh, this part too.
yeah.
the one thing I learned from Wordplay, working with him and seeing him every day, Because remember, we worked with him.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
And he sat in my car, just me and him, and we had many conversations. The one thing I learned from him, ambition, truly ambitious.
Oh, yeah.
He would take a simple concept like tweakers
Yeah.
and make it a fucking gigantic, ambitious thing, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what he was. That's what he was to his core.
That's why I love chilling with him alone, because
Yeah.
we both, I think, have that same mentality. So we would get together and like it would within first 10 minutes, regular conversation, 45 minutes into that shit, we were like basically creating a sitcom. Like,
Yeah.
we're like,
Yeah.
like we could call it this. I know, right. And we could get this person. No. Yo, look, what if we did a single camera? Like, yeah. And like
Yeah,
we would
I-
spit off so many fucking ideas, man.
I was there
It
a couple times,
Yeah.
smoking with you guys when you went on and that shit, and I was just sitting back like, man, these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I know. We were going to work. You were going to work with us on a project, because I remember when we were talking about music, I was like, I know the guy. I said, I know this guy.
We started.
He's learning guitar. Let's go over there. Like, and you were.
I
Just,
still have a verse he recorded.
Yeah.
Donkey Lips.
Donkey Lips. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. Like, we actually did some music.
The song rules.
This song is dope as shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love how Varys comes in at the very beginning. Let me just rewind that real quick.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I am caught on
Like
a long
the
walk.
there's nothing before. I am caught. You know.
That's that drop in, man. That's an old hip hop fucking fundamental, the drop in, you know. Biggie I think was one of the kings. Biggie and Pun were like kings of the drop in, where they could just say, you know, I really want to take you. I'm not a faker. I'll be the one that's gonna hit you, the Undertaker. I be the
Yeah.
you know.
One thing that Wordplay always had in his raps, when he took his breaths, you knew he was rapping because he was like,
Yeah.
like
Right,
he
right.
just went in, man.
Yeah.
Like, no, he didn't even give a fuck if those breaths were cut out.
Yeah, he's performing. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, you know.
Like you knew it was live.
Smooth.
I love all the guitars all over this shit, man. It
this,
rules.
I love this shit.
This is great.
It's not quite metal. You know, it's not metal. It's like acoustic sounding. Yeah.
Yeah, that it was a different time when.
And then you got
right
that.
here.
See, this is the type of shit I would do, man. Just on top of those beats, man, lay some strings like that.
Yeah, Fat killing it on the guitar.
Yeah. And that's simple. That's simple, man. It's not. If you know a little bit about guitar, you could do a little bit of shit like that.
Because that's like Faf. Faf has that Mike P talent.
We're just giving him credit, even though we're not 100% sure.
I'm pretty sure, like you said, Faf is responsible for most of the music. Not all of it, but most of it.
Guitar by Johnny Larkin.
Johnny Larkin, you did a great
You
job.
fucking
Johnny
schooled
Larkin.
it, Johnny Larkin.
Well, I
Johnny
remember.
Larkin, yeah.
I remember.
Johnny Larkin, that sounds. Well, Larkin sounds.
He does
is
it
that
on the
like a-
next song, too.
Oh, okay, Johnny Larkin, you were the fucking guitar.
Well, I think I remember we talked about it in that they through Sub Noize they had an actual live band
Oh, that's cool.
that Fafu was working with.
That's cool.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
Never See Him Crack says recorded in Fafu's kitchen. So does Sally.
Or are you talking about Geffen? Or Sub Noize?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Was it all created from Geffen? All this shit.
I think this album was created under Geffen. Yeah.
So
while
yeah,
were
they
under
probably
Geffen.
had access to a live band, then I would imagine.
Yeah, Geffen had
Yeah.
some bread. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, this song is the shit.
Fuck yeah.
Every song is the shit.
But you got to
Dude, this song, they're talking about when they're born, and they're just talking about he's like, I came out like a rocket shot at
Yeah.
He's like, they're talking about ridiculous shit. It's
Oh,
great.
that's great.
This is a Juggalo song.
About being like a superhero. Like,
Yeah.
or
I'm sorry. You're
supernatural.
trying to make a point. I keep.
No, what I was saying is when you're a producer, like Fafu produced this album, he's the one with the ideas.
Yeah.
So he's honestly the director.
Yeah.
When he goes to the band, he says, "I want this done. I want this sound." That's what you got to do.
Yeah. I feel that.
The band doesn't know what.
No,
the
you're
fuck-
right.
The band doesn't understand what you want. You have to
right.
let them know as
You're
the
right.
producer.
I mean, Word has shared their
Yeah.
process. Faf would usually kind of come up with the main beat. He'd be like, "Hey, I'm working on this," and
he would play, what he was working on, maybe a hook, an idea or something. Word would come up with the hook and start with the the theme of it and everything, and then Various would come in and finish with his verse.
And if it works like that,
Unless it was like a Various solo song where Various would kind of take the reins. But no, yeah, like
I mean, at the very top it says produced by Fafu. He is the producer of all this.
for sure.
He does get the credit for the arrangement of all of this.
Yeah,
of
he
course.
That's what I'm saying. He knows what parts he wants.
Yes.
He just can't. When you're a producer, you can't do it all.
Some people you have to bring in pros for shit.
You can't do it all.
Yeah.
He probably
All right.
could have, but you can't do it
right. I like that shit, man. This song is probably my second favorite. I love this.
This has
fucking
one of the
song.
best hooks.
This song could have been a fucking radio hit, dude.
all. Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite songs too.
Love this fucking song. And they're just talking about like some real shit. Like, we're here whether you like it or not, bitch. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
that's why it's such a shame that they weren't here after this.
Yeah, I know. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You never make an album and think to yourself, all right, there's the last one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like,
you're right.
It's just, like you said, it sucks the way it ended, but at the same time, like, they left so much dope shit. Like,
He told us the reason.
Yeah, we know.
yeah.
So
And yo, as
That's
Juggalos,
life, man. That's life.
This shit ain't strangers to Juggalos
No,
either.
no.
We've seen Jay go through this same fucking thing. He ain't out of the water completely yet. He's doing a shit ton better than he was, thank God. But like, he ain't out of the water yet.
the difference is Jay started dealing with those issues after he already made it. He already had he already had a rock solid family unit that would never let him fail.
Yeah,
That's
and
where-
a fan base that like practically worshipped him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they were on the come up, and it was just like
church. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was just a timing issue. But once again, man, it worked out better for him in the end because
Funny story, I can't remember. I think
his kids are fucking awesome, bro. He's got amazing kids.
Oh yeah, they seem very talented. But it's funny when we were working together. This guy, I remember you said, "Hey, Wordplay's coming to live with me." I was like, "What the fuck? Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, I
And,
know. It blew my mind too.
And I was like, "Wordplay," and you were like, "Yeah, don't worry. He's not like the crazy guy you think he is."
Yeah,
And he's not going to come and be like, "Oh my god, bro." You know?
yeah.
But he showed up and he was Wordplay, the guy we saw there. That he was very, very close to that.
Cool
But
guy.
I just remember having a lot of conversations with him, and he is a very heartfelt dude, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Very
100%.
heartfelt dude.
Yo, he's a good fucking person.
Yeah.
Like 100%. He is a good person.
He's got issues like everybody, but man, under all that, he is an extremely heartfelt guy.
It's pretty cut and dry. Like he just doesn't need to drink. You know what I mean? He has a problem with alcohol. Period. You know what I mean? I have a fucking I have a problem with ecstasy. I don't take ecstasy no more because I got addicted to that shit.
Yeah.
Like I know friends who I'm not gonna say their names, but I got friends who have problems with cocaine. Like there's times you got problems with shit and you just can't do it no more. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm
But
happy as fuck
recognizing
for
those
him.
issues and moving past them is
Exactly.
what
That's what makes
makes
you a man. That's what
right.
makes you an adult
That's
and a
it.
man. You know what I mean? And I'm, no chauvinism when I say makes you a man, but on some real
Yeah,
shit.
No. Chauvinism.
It's okay.
I'm
It's
sorry
okay.
to Taylor, our one juggalette. I'm sorry for
Dude,
the chauvinism, Taylor.
She probably agrees with you. She
Taylor
don't-
gets it, man. If she watches this show, Taylor gets it.
Taylor gets it.
Taylor
That's
does
why
it.
she's with Mr. Green.
That's right.
It's
why she's
because
the
she
goat.
wants a man.
That's
why
right.
she's- yeah.
Mr. Green's a
Mr.
real, true man.
He is the man.
She rocks with him.
I would date Mr. Green.
Who wouldn't?
I'm just saying.
Who wouldn't? This song rules. I like how this song ends. This song, it just fades out in the middle of Varys' verse.
This is a video too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
really? I
love
haven't
it.
seen the video for this.
I think this is a video, right?
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
the one where they're like in the woods.
Yeah.
I think.
We're walking on train tracks and shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I'm a hard big up kind of thing.
kind of
Yeah.
It was definitely, it's all sepia toned. Yeah, he's bringing it up.
Yeah.
It's like all sepia toned and
I like it. I think the video's dope. But I've liked almost all their videos. But to me,
I like when they had like the more creative tinge on their videos. But no, this is definitely like a straight kind of hip hop video where you're just rapping into the camera. It kind of has like a
Everybody
almost
can make a
dirty
video
look
like
to
this
it.
on their iPhone. You know what I mean? These days.
But I think Wordplay.
He says that in one of his bars though. iPhone, you know, there's your studio, but there's your video budget.
Yeah.
You got an iPhone, you can make a video.
But I think Wordplay works on camera, man.
Yeah, he does.
He's
He's
you
got
know,
charisma, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's performing.
Yeah, he's cool. He's so cool.
Even when he,
You just watch him like, that's a cool guy.
even when he's even when he's wearing gloves and he's big it up, he's big up. He's got his sleeves rolled
He's
up.
looking
wearing
kind of
gloves.
silly.
Yeah, he still looks cool.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, he's a zany. Yeah, he's definitely got zany ass looks and shit. You know what I mean?
But that
You know,
buzz,
'cause,
that
like,
buzz
you know,
is
there's
dope.
like the scene
Yeah,
in
it is.
there's a scene in Big Wheel where he's like bugging out.
He's
like,
got
the
a
camera,
cigar.
Like, he's like
Yeah, yeah.
zoomed in and he's like kind of his eyes kind of twitching and he's like shaking and shit and fucking yeah.
Look how reserved Various.
Like he's good
Yeah.
at doing that like bug out look.
Various is just like chilling. Like,
straight.
Yeah.
He's just super reserved. I mean, but that was the cool dynamic with BLESTeNATION.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that little bit of coming across, running across. Yeah.
I mean, it's so effortlessly too. You know, you see it in his face. It's not even a thing to him, dude.
yeah.
You know.
Here you go. His verses like fades out and the song ends. It's
Yeah,
dope.
It's fast.
People can't see the video. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Go
sorry.
pull it up yourself.
Yeah, we're having problems with technical difficulties.
I don't wanna fuck up the show.
Yeah, because we could fuck up the show if we show the video, but it is on YouTube. You just type in BLESTeNATION.
Here you go.
It will
Look at his
come up.
fades out. He's like the 34th game of goldfish or whatever.
Yeah, as he's rapping, the song
Yeah.
fades out.
He's like, it's a
Like, he
super,
just keeps
it's as
going,
useless
going,
as the 84th game of goldfish.
I mean, that's fine. how many rock songs have you heard where the guitar solos at the end just fades out?
That's dope, bro. It's creative shit.
Yeah, you don't need every single line like that, you know.
This last song is called "Permanent Scar." Has this, I'm guessing ONS, whoever that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But it's pretty cool. It's just like it's a weird song.
It always sounds
I
like
see it in a
bonus
hurry.
track.
Yeah, I see "In a Hurry" is kind of like the last song, and I also, I might be putting this what's the word I'm looking for? Projecting, but "In a Hurry," I feel like they're talking about, they're in a hurry, so like they can't even finish the song, so like the song just fades out, like. That's how I picture it. But then yes, I see this as kind of like a bonus because they barely rap on this song.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would have thought "In a Hurry" would have been a better closer too, just because of him keep rapping and it just fades out as he's rapping. It almost looks at like the album is ending, but I'm still rapping.
Yeah,
You
I
what
know.
mean? Like,
Yeah, like
so I like that as a fade out, but still, when I heard this, I'm used to this standout just because ICP does bonus tracks a lot, where it'll end and you'll be like, this is a great ending, and then boom, another track.
Yeah, this song is cool though. It's just like a weird, like I don't know, repetitive kind of. It's like a Real Underground Baby or something,
Yeah. ONS, I'm guessing, must be this chick, maybe a DJ or a beat maker or something.
Let's see. They're not that popular. Yeah, a few pretty popular songs.
Yeah, a few 100,000. Yeah. Not sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess a singer and producer. I mean, it'd say in the booklet.
Oh yeah,
Does it say like vocals by Owen or something?
good call. Permanent Scar. Yeah, it says ONS.
Just ONS vocals.
They appear courtesy of Saddle Creek. Original music by ONS from the album ONS. Oh, so maybe they have this is like a remix or
So
something.
maybe
let's
this is
let's
like,
find that. Let's do some research.
Ha ha ha.
Here's the album from 2009.
Oh, look, number 2.
Ah! All right, they have a song called Permanent Scar. Let's play that.
I'm guessing this is the song.
Oh, here it is. This is the ONS Permanent Scar from 2009. What a weird, song to find and, sample, that seems kind of strange.
Yeah, but
But it's cool. I mean, I love it. It's
I was
creative.
gonna say, yeah. apostle in the midst.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's a testament to how interesting their minds are, you know. All right, it's literally the same like
yeah, it's a
lyrics.
yeah.
But
So I really feel like that's almost like a bonus album. Like I wish they almost would have put a plus sign and then added that as a bonus track. Because it has like the clip from the song, and then he's kind of rapping to other stuff. But they
It's a
did
cool
that a
song.
lot.
I like it.
They did that a lot with their mixtapes and shit too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Fam 3 and Fam 4 almost entirely that.
That's pretty cool. All right. Well, that was in MBugout City.
That's in Bug Out. Bug Out.
Man, that album rules. I will listen to more BLESTeNATION now that I have like some downloads.
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing everything else. I look forward to hopefully hearing new Werdplay shit one day. That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
well,
Hopefully
there's
I can-
new. There's new for me. I didn't know he put out another album.
Yeah, that'll be fun to listen
Yeah, I can
to.
get fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I can get them to send fuck out of here.
All right. Anything else you guys want to touch on or talk about before we go? Let's wrap it up. We've been going for a while.
How long?
I don't know. It's frozen over
It's
here.
2:16, so
So-
we've been about 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right, man.
About a regular show.
You good?
Yeah. Good.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's shuffle the fuck up on out here. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you.
Oh yeah. Whoop whoop.
Oh, and thanks DC Fago guy. He gave us a shout out and sent some people over to our page saying,
yeah,
"Roar,
man,
I'm a
bro.
three-headed monster." He's such a homie. I just want to give him his proper shout out.
Yeah,
And join us on Discord. Hit us up on the link tree for our Discord.
Yes, sir. And on the socials.
Yep. All right. Thanks, guys. See ya. Peace. Shuffle.
Whoop whoop whoop.
Peace out. All right.
Bleste.
That's right. Hopefully this works.
In your face, Keezy. In your face. C17.
This might not work. We might just stay live.
It ain't
forever.
work.